everyone, and welcome to today's card creation for Wow Embossing. For the month of September, we're celebrating a theme called DIY embellishments. So we want to know what you do with Wow that create your own embellishments. For me, it's about embossing chipboard, wood veneers. For others, it's other different things like the melters and making your own little accessories, enamel dots. So there's so many options with Wow. And today I am making a simple card with some new goodies from Catherine Pooler. I've got this sandy background stamp, rubber stamp, and I've also got the carnival or carnival. Is there a proper way to say it? Colour bursts and liquid sparkle set. So I've got watercolor cardstock here. The reason why I love using this white Ranger watercolor cardstock because of its texture and its heavy quality. So it has got it can take a lot of layers, and for me, when I heat emboss and watercolor, I want a cardstock that's good quality enough to cope with these two type of elements and techniques. So I have got the background stamp on its back, and I have inked it up with my Wow clear embossing ink. This is the ultra slow ink. Then I've got a watercolor cardstock. I actually kept this at a long length purely because I didn't know what to do yet with my card, and I didn't know the measurement. So I thought, you know what, let's just keep it long. I want to capture a lot of that mandala type of stamp, and I'm heat embossing here with the metallic platinum. Now this platinum is like a muted smoky grey. I love this color. It is actually one of my favorites. I've been using a lot of colors for a while, and this is just always my feel like I'm going home embossing powder. So I couldn't resist, and this is what I used for today. I've got my heat setting on speed 2 to heat set the embossing, and I have tilted my card slightly to the side so you can see the sheen where once the powder's melted, I know when to move on. So depending on the lighting of your room, I'm using natural light today, and that's why it's a little bit shadowy in my video, is I'm using natural light and I'm using the reflection of the natural light to see where I've heat embossed. And here is the set. So I've got basically a little dish here. It's actually for my salt and pepper. I pinched it from my my dining room set, and no one's noticed. So I'm like, they're not missing it. So I use it for my crafting now. And I have used two colors. I've only used one color, and the reason why I've only used one color is I brought in another Ken Oliver one here. So I'm going to use the suede shoes. I'm going to get some water happening in this little dish here. And then I'm also using the orchid. Oh my goodness, orchid. I'm going to make sure I put some more water in there and heavily spritz this. Now, this is highly pigmented, so you don't even notice, but some of this actual pigment while doing the little puffing on this dish was already on my cardstock, and I didn't even know. I couldn't even see it. It's just so highly pigmented. So really make sure you're working on a surface that you can easily clean up or you can throw away, like butcher's paper, scrap paper, anything like that, because this can get rather messy, but it is one of the funnest experience. And one of the things I love doing with these, instead of using it as a color burst where you just put it direct to paper, I love watercoloring. I feel like this takes on a role of its own, this watercolor, because it's so highly pigmented, and I just let it do its thing. So I have just got a brush here, a round brush, and I'm just coloring away. I'm only sticking to the two colors. However, fairly soon I will mix the blue and purple up just to have a more muted type of blue color. It's just really easy to make your own colors with these. So actually off camera, I've actually got a like a paint wheel where it's got your little pockets of holes, and I set aside these colors. I let them dry on the paint wheel, and then I just keep reusing them, so I actually don't waste any. I don't need to be as frugal, considering these pigments go such a long way, and I think it gives me the time and flexibility to mix my own colors without then keep pouring on. But these go a long way, so I love it. I'm using my heat setting 1 with my Wow heat tool, and the reason why I'm doing that, it's almost like a mixed media setting and heat. I really love it. So I like the fact that this tool gives me variety on what kind of mediums I can use it with. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to top up any colors. I don't want too much white showing, but I wanted some white. And then if I feel like I needed to add extra color or extra depth to the color, this is a great opportunity for me to do this now. So you can see where the pigment that started off so small there off to the side, yet it kept going bigger. So, you know, this is crazy pigmented, and I love these. So I've got a top folding smoky card gray stock here, and I just foam mounted it. Now I lost the footage of me heat embossing this metallic sparkle silver on this Friends chipboard. I am so sorry. I don't know what I've done with it, but you can see it. It's a chipboard element here, and I'm just going to adhere it down with some Tombow. So that is my Sentiment Friends, if you can't see it. I know I'm losing it a little bit, but when you see the card close, you can really see it well. So I will show you a picture at the end of the card. I've got some clear sequins from Handmade by Brittany Lee, who is a friend of mine here in Australia, and I like to use my Ranger Multi Matte Medium to adhere these down. So what I usually do is I put a little blob off to the side of my glass mat, and I just pick it up. I can use my nails. My nails are working with me. I'm not having fumble fingers today as much as I usually do. So I was on fire. So I felt a little bit risk taking and decided to stick my sequins that way. But here's my overall card. I love it. I love heat embossing chipboard and elements like that. So I hope you try something new. If you haven't done this before, all the design team's going to bring to you a fabulous array of ways to use and do your own embellishments with Wow embossing powder. So I look forward to seeing their creations and your creations too. So come and join us over at our Facebook group, and we'll see you over there. Catch you later.